It's only 138.
Oh, baby. Welcome back to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots Wrestling Entertainment's Champions. The man has the baby. Goldberg wants Reigns, but we busy talking about Kenny and Reigns. All this and more tonight in the room where it happens. But first, let's see who making their way to the ring.
Mr. You heard, let's get it, baby.
Pretty chubby flaco. Dímelo, mi gente.
Yes, it is I, JP Savage. And remember, folks, cows hate country music.
Ooh,
Don't
not
we
Jeff
all?
Jarrett, though. Shout outs to Jeff. Gentlemen, hermanos míos, how we doing?
We're gonna
How
be
we
doing
living?
great.
How we living?
We're gonna be doing fantastic because the people that are watching,
What
the
they
people
gonna
that are
do?
viewing, the people that have come
Nothing.
across the world to view excellence at its finest. Please subscribe and like Pops Chair Shots HPC2 sweet on IG and Twitter. You already know we're here for you. We're here to educate you. We're here to keep you alive.
We here.
I
And
mean,
we're here to say congratulations to the man because llegó el bebé. Ladies and gentlemen, Becky Lynch leads off running the ropes tonight with some big news. The baby has arrived. And gentlemen, does this mean we're gonna start the ball rolling for Becky Lynch's comeback?
yo,
4 months.
shut up. Stop it. Shut
Did I
up,
start
bro.
that first? Am I first? Can I say first?
No,
first
of all.
got here first.
Nah, you were not. No, I'm sure Vince was in the living room like, all right, so how long? How long does he have? How long? Come on,
Vince delivered the baby.
It was a natural birth. I remember Linda had a couple.
Yo, you remember the Usos, Jay going up to Roman's fucking dressing room and going like, yo, hey, mama, that was Vince. Like, yo, Becky, come back. Te necesito. He said he learned how to bachateame, mama. He learned the English and Spanish out there. He was like, yo, I'll bring you back in every language.
We all know Vince cut the umbilical cord, all right? So she's gonna come back when she's damn right. Give her some time, man. Yo, Becky, enjoy the experience. A brand new mom, like, nah, man, go ahead. Shh, stop.
It's just
Hammer time.
us missing you, girl. Congratulations
Next
to you and
WrestleMania
Seth.
should be main
Beautiful
eventing.
things.
You know what I mean?
Yo,
Next
but do you
WrestleMania.
think like she already has like a performance center, like, damn, contract?
Put it
The baby.
past. I would have put it past.
For the baby.
You
know how, like, yo, you know how like universities, like when football players, I know in the case of football and basketball players, when one of their alumni has a baby, and there's a boy, they send them like a scholarship. You ever seen shit like that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, they give them a scholarship as a
That's pretty
present.
dope.
Yeah, and so imagine if the performance center did the same shit. Do
I mean,
do
don't
the
forget
Rock's
that
two baby girls already have a contract with the
I think
Performance
they're
Center?
signed already.
One
That's
of
it.
them,
They're going at it.
Yeah,
Well, he has
You know
two
who
don't
else
forget
is
Seth
heading
Rollins.
places, though? We have a famous
So now
celebrity Hall
what
of
we're saying,
Famer.
wait, what we're saying, folks, is that Seth Rollins is going to be the third famous person in his family.
Speaking of famous family members,
Famous celebrities, yes. Snoop Dogg is one related to Sasha Banks, so he's also headed to places that are not appreciated by WWE. Ladies and gentlemen, he got heat.
WWE Hall of Fame,
Heat.
Snoop Dogg on AEW television.
Ay,
Damn.
papa.
Listen, guys, what happens is Snoop got excited. He's the Grand Lita of the Chief Keef. And he did a phenomenal job in the boxing event, the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones. He made that event pop. He was great.
He was funny.
And
as
he's
hell.
money.
dope.
He always
He was
been
dope.
money.
Morrow
He thought
was dope.
his shit don't stink. And he's like, you know what?
Morrow.
AEW was good. I bet you him
Yo.
and Shaq were eating wings somewhere. And
Yo,
Shaq
fam.
was, I'm about to go
Real
on
talk.
AEW. Oh, word? I'm down to go there
Papa
next
John
week.
wings.
Yo, bro, I'm tired of this shit because if it was the other way around, yo, everybody would be losing their shit. I'm tired of AEW picking up WWE talent, putting them on TV. Nah, man. Good for Snoop Dogg. Yo, Snoop Dogg is versatile. That is how you become versatile. He's got like cooking shows. He's out here
some shit with
the
the
Martha
Undertaker,
Stewart.
too.
He's smoking blunts with Martha Stewart. Like,
Hey.
what are we talking about?
Hey,
And
man,
next week,
you know?
next week he'll be at SmackDown with Sasha, so it's all good.
No doubt,
Facts.
no doubt.
Like this is the
Appreciating
one
that.
man in the
Right.
world that is acknowledged for his lifestyle, and it's okay. It's wonderful. Wonderful thing.
A-okay.
Wonderful
A-okay.
thing.
Shout out to Jersey. Um, going on forward, ladies and gentlemen, WWE WrestleMania is in the works. And my oh my, we have some bangers in the works. Some of which I think we've already known and we've mentioned here on the show. But talk to me about this, fellas. We
Yeah.
got Randy Orton and Edge planned out.
No.
We
No
have
thanks.
No
Goldberg
thanks.
versus Roman Reigns actually being planned, and Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre triple threat for the World Championship. I don't know
That
about y'all, but that
Goldberg-
third
that-
one though.
That
You
Goldberg
threw a lot
versus
at me,
Reigns.
man.
Yeah, you need to go
ADHD
one
is
by
real.
one, you piece of shit.
I did. I
So-
did them in
Yo,
order
for
though.
real.
But I
So
did
so
them-
Goldberg versus Roman Reigns.
Let's
Fuck
hold
it.
off on that one. Let's
Fuck
hold
it.
off on that one for a second.
Yeah, put
All
that one to
right,
the backlist that one.
Let's yeah.
Patra.
So the easiest one to talk about is Randy Orton versus Edge because we've seen it.
Right,
Do we want to
right.
see it again? Like, is that
No.
what we want to see?
Survey says.
No.
I'm over
Let's
it.
see.
Edge needs to go and start doing those matches he said he wanted to do with like Styles and Ricochet and younger
like-
talent. Like I want to see that. Let me see that. Not Randy.
And
You know what I mean?
and remember this. That's part of WWE's problem. Is that WWE has no interest in building. They want to like
Destroy.
reignite like this nostalgia. Use to destroy.
Deacon
Well,
They'd rather,
destroy.
they'd rather at the cost of like young up and coming talent, like they'd rather like reinvigorate like nostalgia, right?
Well,
Here we have like Goldberg coming back. We've got Edge and Orton, a thing that is forever. So it's like they always want to like go back to like this golden era, have these matches. Like for what, bro? We've done this already, and it was
Mischief.
awesome, and it was good. What?
Mischief, you need to realize that
Sky,
you know
man.
the WWE runs itself like the original booking, and they're
Yo.
thinking about sales, ticket sales. What's gonna sell tickets? What's gonna sell? What's gonna get somebody to watch? And that's the foundation of it. That's been the foundation of. That's why they're an entertainment company, because they focus on what's gonna get eyes on the product, and that's exactly what AEW is doing too. So it's part of the plan. Everybody's listen. It's like basketball.
the
Everybody's scoring the
process.
ball in the hoop. Just everybody going about doing it a different way, right? So AEW got Shaq coming on. Cody's becoming host for reality shows. You have all of WWE talent, be it ref, be it announcer, be it wrestler, be it Hall of Famer, be it manager, be it cameraman. I think the lunch person, even WWE staff, like
Yo,
everybody
did you
moving
hear-
away from Scranton, yo. Everybody moving from
Yo,
Connecticut.
Scranton.
Yo,
Shout out to
speaking-
Scranton.
Speaking of that, did you hear about Leo Rush? Isn't he on the challenge?
He is challenging for a title, actually.
No, you dumb piece of shit. I'm talking about the challenge. MTV's The Challenge. I think. he's
Oh,
on the
I
challenge.
don't watch
Yeah.
scripted stuff.
Oh, okay.
All I know is that his son choked him out the other day, yo. Shout out to the son.
What?
He is part of the Super J Cup, though, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
part of the Super J Cup as well. He's doing some things with MLW as well.
Yes,
Folks,
that's
if you're
what I
not
meant,
watching
yeah.
MLW, make sure to check out the Opera Cup. Work
Oh,
is
he's
about to be
facing-
done.
He's facing Miriam Reed, right?
Ese mismo.
Myron Reed,
Ajá,
Myron Reed, yes, sir.
Myron Reed for that
Yes,
strap,
sir.
baby.
What I call him? I
It's-
call him Miriam.
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 changed his whole fucking
Miriam.
name.
Vanessa,
Oh.
William.
That triple
But the
threat,
other
though,
match-
I ain't gonna lie. It's very sexy on paper. Brock, Drew, and Keith Lee making his WrestleMania debut and the main event.
Asking getting his glory.
I wish the
He has to have a
WWE
big
was
year for that.
I wish they were into like longer builds because a Keith Lee build with Brock, a Keith Lee build with Drew and Brock, like those three storylines independently would be phenomenal. Like let that shit build out to like where that's the climax right there, that triple threat because there's no other option.
Yeah.
Right? I just hope like I hope they make it make sense if that's what's going to happen. But either way, the match is going to be fucking dope.
But my question to you is, how slow do you slow burn it, right? Because you could have a situation just like Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. That shit is so slow burned, it's about to turn off. Like,
this guy.
nobody wants it. Nobody sees it coming. Everybody's asking why.
Goldberg's upset.
What you mean,
He's
bro?
tight. He stole his move. He stole his move.
Who does it help? It doesn't help nobody.
All right, so Goldberg. All right, we might as well talk about this piece of shit.
Goldberg says Roman Reigns, he avoided him, backed out on me like WrestleMania, and he stole my move.
Ay, Dios mío.
Tight. He's tight,
So
bitter.
you move.
He got an Elite Series figure coming out this month. Why is he so mad?
So Goldberg, what you do on Sundays, brother? What do you do on Sundays, yo? You get mad at every NFL player, every college player over the weekend? They stole your move? That's what we're doing?
Who did?
What am I eating?
Yo, you know,
Technically, who?
I haven't heard him call out Lashley or Edge or Rhino.
Moose now doing a little spinnerooty.
Ken
here.
Shamrock.
Moose. Can we not talk about Moose? Can we not?
You're right.
Pretty
you're
tough.
right.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say. So technically, who had the spear first? Was it Rhino or was it Goldberg?
Where's old school? You see, like this.
Yeah,
is
where the hell is old
man.
school?
I'm sure the spear was done before that.
Oh yeah. If you want to go back to the classic times, let me put in my old school voice. I don't know shit, but I want to.
It was bingo night. Tonight was bingo night.
I want to guess. All the football players that came into wrestling used it when they came in back in the days. Like
also Lawrence used
Lawrence
it back
Taylor
in Mania
probably
in the 80s, right? He used it against Bam Bam.
Right.
Bam.
So essentially, Goldberg was the first one to use it as a finisher. But many have used it throughout time.
Was it really a finisher?
It was this. It was
signature.
It was technically
a
his signature.
Oh, right.
But sometimes he would finish matches too.
It was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, when he had to fight like Disco Inferno and shit.
Yeah. The matches that lasted 4 seconds.
67.
Yo, he would spear through the ropes. He would spear through the ropes and end the match right there like it was over.
Blah.
Placata. Where we at?
So it sounds like you guys are claiming this is going to be a bad idea. I think this leads and calls for the bump and what's bumping this week, gentlemen.
Yo, there's a cream for you if that's what you need. If you like, you good?
We talk later. Because if it's what I'm thinking, I want that shit. I want that shit. That shit dope. Last time it got me.
I got all the preparation.
We are. But yeah, what's bumping? So what else is bumping? Goldberg versus Roman Reigns, gentlemen. Twitter was on fire. Some people are arguing that those complaining about Goldberg versus Roman Reigns are the same ones appreciating the arrival of Sting.
This guy got an erection and knocked down all his pots and pans. Yo, listen. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Goldberg,
it's the same thing.
It's not the same thing, man. It's not the same thing. Goldberg is out here facing Roman Reigns for the title at a main event. Baque. This whole fetishization with like these old folks coming into the main event picture because WWE is fascinated with the spectacle. They want to create a spectacle. And putting Goldberg in the mid-card is not a spectacle. It's a build. Putting Sting in the mid-card is a build. Whoever he works with is a build. If he faces Cody Rhodes, which I think is going to happen eventually, right?
Eventually, that's another slow burn.
That's another slow burn. Spectacle. Like they're going to build a spectacle out of something that has nothing to do with a title. And it's so what Cody Rhodes has done something kind of genius with AEW, and that's create an invisible championship. Cody Rhodes will always be relevant in that company because he owns that fucking company. When free agents come there, they're gunning for him, not always the title. You feel me? So he's gonna be the gatekeeper of this company. every time someone comes in, he's gonna try to be that guy that goes up against the new guy, right? Shawn Spears was the big name, right? Jericho was the big name. Like every time some new big name comes in, Cody Rhodes is the guy to greet him.
I just
right?
noticed that. Yeah, you're right.
So Cody becomes like this champion without a title because he's so important. And that creates a spectacle because they're going to build these things out that way.
Oh, they'll build it.
Right? In WWE, you don't get that. You get like
Nope.
the title has to be the only spectacle, right? And it's not even run correctly. So every pay-per-view, the title has to be defended in a very like formulaic kind of way. And everything is done in like this formula because like there's no deviation from it. There's no interest in surprises anymore. Like it's all very much just like bam.
And if I may interject, I think that's the problem. The problem is that you're presenting a match where you have a nostalgia, somebody that's going to get the eyes on the product, potentially help the person they're going to wrestle, which I don't know how in this case, the fact that Roman Reigns is the best he's ever been at this moment. Why put the title on the line? It could have been a different type of storyline. There's no need for Goldberg to have the title. Goldberg is not going to be expected to be on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown to defend the title. Like, why is he even near that shit? He can come in, spear somebody, and leave.
Big mistake.
You know what I mean? And it'll have the same impact. Like, you good. Like, there's no need for that. And that's the beautiful thing about the Sting and Cody thing is that there's a slow burn. The allure of it being Sting alone is enough for the match. Think about when Sting came out in the last 2 weeks. Think about the people that he looked at. And think about the storylines that are going to be developed with those particular wrestlers. You already know he's going to have a match with Cody at some point. You know he's going to have a match with Darby Allin at some point. Like, these are matches that are already brewing and it's the psychology that Sting has. Yesterday when he came into the ring, what's the first thing he did? He looked straight up. He's like, some things don't change. And he looks at Darby Allin, right? Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
Goldberg
they're connecting dots
belt,
here, and it's going to be a slow burn.
I
agree.
Who does Goldberg help? Who does Goldberg help?
Himself.
Let's look at like
exactly his history. Pocket. That's the only thing he's helping.
Right. I agree fully. I agree fully with both of you. The builds is going to be trash.
Look at the history of WWE, bro. Last time Goldberg was here, what did he do? Yo, he squashed the Fiend for the title.
Yep.
He squashed KO.
He's hurting. He's hurting talent. He's hurting instead of
everything.
I feel that.
Like, there's no future.
And the performance is terrible.
And in the words of Brother Hitman, I told you.
but then the performance is terrible, right? So I give you the build, but will the match be good too?
Oh.
How much better will the Sting match be than the Goldberg match?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
Now you're talking story mode, great, and then the way they're using Sting, I love it right now. And it looks like they got heat, they got fire, so they got momentum.
Have you noticed how they very much emphasize how long Sting has signed?
Yeah,
they haven't done that with everybody.
No, not with everybody.
Like, it's a point to say like I'm here for a long time. Sting signed a multi-year contract. They don't do that with everybody. They're like, oh, they signed the contract. They're elite, right? Miro was all elite. There was no like multi-year. I mean, maybe he is signed for a 1-year contract. I don't fucking know, but like I don't know. It just sounds very fishy to me. It's gonna sound
part of the storyline. It's part of the story.
Ironic. Yeah, I think.
Surprise, bitches! Year 3.
Listen, I think Sting at AEW, if they signed him for a multi-year contract, I think Sting now is probably feeling good. He's probably healthier. Remember, when we last saw him in the E, he was hurt. And just thank God that at AEW, he don't have to wrestle Seth Rollins. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll come out unscathed. But we shall see. We shall see.
We shall definitely see.
I think that the matches that Sting is going to be able to have are going to be more fun for him. I think that because AEW is WCW, this is going to be fun for Sting.
You heard the welcome home chants?
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get what he was trying to fucking say about the jungle. Did I miss something, or was he just like off base? What the fuck is he talking about?
There are all animals out there. He was talking about some shit like that. He just hit some free base before going on the ring. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's how I felt at first. I'm like, oh, Sting, don't fuck this up, man.
He's like
What are you
looking around and
talking
shit.
about?
He's like, look at all these animals.
You talk about
I'm like, wait,
Jurassic
what?
Express, man?
He almost lost me with the Shivani thing in the beginning though, because like he
Yeah.
came out all serious and then it was joking, like not joking, but it was like behind the curtain, you know, like oh Shivani, it's been so
cool.
many
Well, that's
years,
cool.
give him a stick. It was,
I
but then
like
you
that.
got back serious again. Like I would have like the
Oh,
whole
he broke
Cody
the fourth
needed
wall?
to be serious the whole thing. I think like
My first impression was to agree with you, right? Like I also watched it the first time around, and I was like, "Come on, man! Like, are you like?" But he's
are you
not the
serious
Crow.
or are you gonna? Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
He's not the
Yeah.
Crow. He's closer to like the Joker. Like he's closer to like that guy. I remember Sting is very
And TNA.
unpredictable, right? He's gonna be very like joke, not joke, right? You know, the only thing you know for certain is that nothing's for certain with Sting, right? Like
Yeah.
that's gonna be his angle. So I thought a lot of that was on brand, coming out.
No, it
real
worked.
Serious,
It worked, and
then
that
joking,
feeds to it.
then
That
going
feeds to it.
back, and then he got serious with Cody, and then he was very like whatever.
And you know what?
And then he tightened up.
I also think that, especially remember, this isn't making his debut. I think, and now coming out the second time, I think he feels nostalgia. Like, think about that locker room. Think about all the people that are in that locker room right now. In comparison to when he went to WWE. Think about everybody in that locker room right now. Sons and daughters of wrestlers that he's wrestled with, wrestlers he's wrestled with back from the 80s and 90s, who are there as managers. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about Sting and Jake the Snake. I'm sure they wrestled somewhere in the fucking 80s, right?
Yeah.
And now they're in the same roster. Like, dude, you know, something that they were never able to do in real life. So, like, as far
freedom.
as WWF,
God,
you know what I mean?
freedom.
So
to
he's
do
feeling. I think
whatever.
also he's feeling dope. You know what I mean? Like it felt like he came home, and I think that's why you got that little moment with Shivani as well. Because who is Tony Schiavone? Has been there the same time as Sting, right? In WCW, like it's that guy, you know.
Yeah, he's
That
so
guy,
animated,
Shivani
man. I love
is
Shivani.
WCW.
Yeah.
The
And-
only thing I can say, right, with certainty about this Sting Goldberg shit, right, is that they're both a draw. Goldberg is drawing,
Is he?
right? Apparently. I mean,
That's
he's drawing
crazy
for
to
Saudi
me.
Arabia.
That's crazy.
Bro, why you
Watch if he comes on.
Friday Night
That
SmackDown,
shouldn't count though,
ratings.
because they're out of the loop. They don't watch
But,
every
bro.
freaking weekend.
I'm telling you, yeah. Well, look at what Sting and company, not just Sting, but look what Sting helped do for AEW. AEW almost broke 1 million. I wouldn't say it was
Guys.
just Sting. It was also Shaq. All right, that was a combination. It was a deadly combination. I thought they should have broken
Deadly.
1 million, but $9.95. That's how much you can get the network for if you up for it. I'm just saying.
Guys, you need to realize that boxing just caught on and started doing
You don't
what
know shit about
professional wrestling has been doing for a long time. Bringing back old school wrestlers, bringing back draws because they make money. That's why this Tyson and Jones match, you're gonna see a lot of those matches explode. Mayweather already said he's gonna fight this Paul dude, right? Because
Shout out to Paul, man.
because it's money, it's
Trash.
money. It's gonna sell. It's gonna sell,
Trash.
and that's what they're doing here. You're bringing attractions that people want to see. Goldberg in the '90s and wrestling, like whoever was a fan in that time, they know who Goldberg is. Everybody know who Goldberg is. So if you're telling me, oh, Goldberg is about to fight, what? Oh, I'm gonna tune in. You're gonna have those fans, and that's what it's for. Because those fans are the ones that are gonna pay that extra money. Because we're already watching. You know what I'm saying? It's not for us.
We gonna watch for sure. Yeah, we gotta feed the masses and speak to these people because we gotta let them know this
guy, bro. I fucking hate you,
Yeah,
Vic.
yeah,
Yo, you're a piece of shit. Oh God, bro! You're lucky you're not here, bro. You're lucky you got coronavirus and shit. You ain't in this crib.
Shout out to the road.
Wow.
Right? But
no shout outs to the road.
No shout outs to the road.
No
I
shout outs
forgot
to
what
the
I was
road.
gonna say, man. Fuck. You see, yo, Vic,
Back up, yo. Back up, bro. Back up. Back up.
Damn, yo, this guy, I can't stand him. Go, choke on the dick, bro. Just go
We
ahead.
know who gets the heel of the week now.
See,
Bro,
baby.
fucking
If it
Ricochet.
all goes well, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta fill you in, man. This Goldberg and Roman Reigns thing here is not the story. It's cute, but it's not the story. The story with Roman Reigns involves one Kenny Omega this week. Twitter, you were on fire, and
Caliente.
this is just another one of those things you were talking about. Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns both so happened to turn heel recently. Both so happened to be the ace of their companies, respectively, and both so happen to have a very good mouthpiece on their side.
Whoa.
Wepa.
That's what she said.
Hey, but
That's what we say about these two gentlemen.
yeah, but one is outshining the other clearly, right?
Good mouthpiece.
One's mouthpiece is shinier than the. No, wait.
What?
Huh?
What?
It's making me think a lot, smart guys.
I'm like, Don Callis not being in
I'm
the
speaking
fucking
of Spanish.
So Roman Reigns and Kenny Omega, I don't know who's the bigger star here right now and who's doing the better performances, but I will tell you right now, right off the bat, Roman Reigns has a better microphone skill set right now, today, than Kenny Omega.
You
I
think
would
so?
have to
I'm
agree.
gonna say that much.
I would say I think Roman Reigns is more comfortable and convincible in his character than Kenny Omega is. But to be fair, Reigns has been doing this character now for some time, and we've seen him do some despicable things to his own family members. So this is why it's really we're favoring that character. We're just starting to see what Kenny's about to bring to the table, and you know what? It's a nice angle. It's still not what we expect of Kenny, though, right? We're still not there. But there's something to be said that both these gentlemen make the heel turn, but they also have a very good manager by their side. And Roman Reigns has Paul Heyman, and now Kenny Omega has Don Callis, and they had a cross-promotional situation. Kenny was on Impact this week, looking like Sammy Hagar and shit. Access
Impact
TV.
putting on a show.
But apparently, I think they thought that those that were watching Impact were not going to watch AEW, or those that were watching AEW were not going to watch Impact because they gave essentially the same promo. But it makes sense, guys. Don't get mad at that. What you guys think? You forgot back when there used to be territories that they used to do the same fight in every territory they used to go to? Come on
JP.
now. It's all an angle.
Talk to JP.
It's okay. Don't music.
I don't know,
don't
man. I feel like having a button somewhere and just giving JP like points for, like, every time he speaks and shit. I don't know, man.
That's
Ooh.
cross-promotion
Give him
right
points
there.
for
That's the
me.
definition of
I like
cross-promotion.
that.
I don't know, man.
JJ in the building.
Excited. My
Look.
God.
Kenny Omega, not a fan. You're absolutely right about Roman Reigns. He is the better talker of the two. I think he's the better actor of the two. I think Kenny Omega is super cheesy. Right? Who do you think is the better wrestler?
Oh, Kenny hands down.
Because I know
Kenny hands down.
You can't debate that, right? Like you can't
entertaining, and I mean entertaining. When you say wrestler, I mean he's more entertaining in the ring.
I mean,
More
than
dynamic.
Roman
More
Reigns.
dynamic.
Yeah, more story, more entertainment.
I think,
Yeah.
But I will say, Roman Reigns' character right now. Because remember, Roman Reigns has always been an enforcer, but now he's a heel. So the way he's playing that out, the psychology you're seeing in the ring now, I think is something to be spoken for. I mean, that match with him and Jay in the cell, that wasn't a wrestling match. That was all psychology. You know what I mean? That's essentially all it was. I'm gonna beat him till he gives up, and then when he can't give up, I'm gonna make his brother make him give up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
brilliance. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
so you have
one thing I'll
acknowledge
give
that.
Roman though is I think it's harder to do is his partners aren't always the best, and he's not always booked the right way that we want to see him, right? And he's been shoved down Roman Reigns. He's been shoved down our throats, right?
That's true, right?
Kenny has had the blessing of always selecting his partners, I guess. Not always, but for the most part, having the bangers with the people he's wanted to have the bangers with and create the matches he's wanted to create. He's never really been forced the hand of having to cut the promo
You
and
think so?
having
Like,
to do like specific time restraint.
You think he had creative NJPW like?
Maybe not creative,
just
but his
doing
matches were an hour long, always hour long matches, and he could do whatever the fuck he wanted in the ring. Nobody gave him a script to follow in the ring. Sometimes Roman Reigns matches had to meet certain requirements, TV time and shit, and maybe his opponent was more of Reigns carrying his opponent than them having a classic. You know that? Yeah, I mean, like that right there is like it's more challenging for me, for Roman. I see it. So honestly, I give him that advantage over Kenny right there.
I think overall you need to understand that Roman is the winner in the comparison right now, because right. I mean, he didn't win this title by his manager giving him a microphone, or to hit over the head of his opponent. So and that's what Kenny had. That's what Don Callis did for Kenny. So that already kind of cheapens the win. So that's a whole storyline on its own. But I still believe Kenny has not made the assimilation to the U.S. pro wrestling. He was out there in Japan a long time, and it is different entertainment. The cadences are different, the storylines are told differently, true. The humor is different. And he played a specific role. Being the Guaylo out there, he's the Gaijin. He played a specific role. So the transition for him, I feel, has been tougher than it has been for example, the tag team champions, the Young Bucks, right? Because the Young Bucks also had their runs in Ring of Honor. I mean, Kenny too, but his majority, the brunt of his special work has been in Japan, right?
I think that, to your point, right, like it hasn't hit it for most of the people, but there's a demographic that really likes Kenny Omega. They really like this anime, Kenny.
They do.
You know what I mean? Like
his following is tremendous.
Maybe it doesn't resonate with me, but he's a tremendous wrestler. So like he's got my attention. Character-wise, he hasn't done shit for me. But this just started, so I'm open to it.
We getting started. We running the thing now, so
I'm open to it because I feel like he hasn't made any mistakes really. But like in terms of the character, like I'm just not crazy about the girls dancing in his entrance. Like I just
I love
cheesy.
All that.
Like I think
I love that shit.
That shit is cheesy as hell.
Love that cheesiness.
So I'm happy you mentioned that, because I was disconnected at that point. I'm like, yo, what was the point of that? It seemed like it didn't flow, right? It didn't belong almost. But you know what'd be crazy? We made a point to say that they said they did the same promo twice. What if the next time they come out, they do the same promo again, and the same promo again, and the same promo again? And it's because I'm gonna continue saying it until you get into your heads that this is indeed the truth. I mean, doesn't Paul Heyman every time comes into the ring with Brock Lesnar? Doesn't he reiterate the same information?
But isn't that what we dunk on him for? Like, isn't that what we're like, yo, this is trash?
Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
But you don't want that. It could happen. I mean,
but
downhill from there.
But we're saying that by the time we're seeing it for the 1000th time. I'm saying this is something that just started. You see what I'm saying? Like, it still has the freedom to do that, and it's not stale yet. It's still an angle. Now, when you're doing it for the 500th time, that shit it doesn't resonate the same. That's different.
But we got to give it time, right?
You got to give it time. You got to let it breathe. You got to let it breathe, folks. Listen, the turkey, all of you marks out there, all of you Hufflepuffs, all you simpletons, listen. If you didn't let the veneno of the turkey rest before you carved it, you're an idiot. You are an idiot. Because that's how it becomes dry, folks. Oh, I hate turkey. Turkey's so dry. Read a recipe book.
What the fuck is he talking?
You talking about Thanksgiving? Así no fue. That's not how you do it.
Speaking about turkeys, anybody a fan of cranberry sauce on their turkey?
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Hold on.
Thankful for my wife. My wife made cranberry guava sauce, and the next
you can't knock it till you try it. You can't knock it till you try it.
That's what she said.
And the next morning we made biscuits, and we put that turkey, that stuffing, the guava.
You stuffed it just like that
in the biscuit with the bacon that I put on the turkey.
That's
we're stuffing a turkey.
JP, you mad dumb. Why are we talking about Thanksgiving?
Listen, man. This is our talk
all
about
I know is that all he's telling me here is that the wife provided a hell of a meal, and that's
I made the turkey
right there. it's a powerful couple that is living in that household, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna lead off into the next bump with powerful couples.
Herpes is a thing.
We saw the return of one Scarlett. Oh my God, cameraman on Wednesday night, JP. How did you feel? The return of Scarlett last
I felt, it's crazy to me that, when you see what we saw this past weekend, when you have so many women in a cage, right, in two cages, it's an experience, and it's amazing how one Scarlett Bordeaux can come onto the screen, and it's a similar experience, man. She has presence. She knows how to make an entrance. And it's amazing the combination of her and Karrion Kross, how they feed off each other, how it just adds so much different opportunities for storylines. It was wonderful how they entered. I didn't expect Karrion Kross to be back so soon. Glad he is. And you know what an opportune moment, especially with the tides changing when it comes to the champions in NXT.
I can't wait to see what Karrion Kross does in his reign when he actually gets to do it.
That's the thing, right? That like he hasn't gotten to do it yet. So it's hard to say that Scarlett and Karrion are a power couple.
I guess, right?
I would disagree. I would disagree because
why would you disagree?
I would disagree. I would disagree because they were a power couple before coming into the E. That is why they're in the E. Because they've been moving. This angle has been permeating for some time, folks. This ain't nothing new. This is old.
But they haven't done shit. So
they've done
enough. To be fair, yes, on NXT they haven't done shit. We may know otherwise, but yes, you're right.
Your indie record doesn't carry over. Like that doesn't matter in the big leagues.
Roll over.
So they give me a better power couple on NXT.
All right, we can start with a very
you.
easy one. Go ahead, Pretty Chubs, because we're gonna say the same one. I know it.
Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae.
Exactly.
All the way.
If you're gonna start with a power couple in NXT, tell them why, Pretty Chub. That's where you go.
Yo, they're starting their own faction. They got Austin Theory and they got Indy Hartwell.
That's great.
What more can you say?
There's a theory out there that Austin can last in any faction.
Ooh.
His Pornhub says otherwise.
Hey!
I heard he's a fan of the Ricochet.
The internet. They never lose, those guys. Undefeated.
Ricochet.
Oh, man. How about a power couple that isn't in NXT? How about we go to AEW? Cody and Brandi.
Cody Brandi. Yeah, for sure.
For very powerful.
Cody Brandi.
The Blade and the Bunny.
The modern day Hunter and Steph, you think?
How about Hunter and Steph? You want to talk about power couple? That is it. Bam. That's it. End the conversation. That's the power couple.
Got a few minutes. Let's drag it out a bit. Stephanie and Hunter, they got married in the Attitude Era. He drugged her.
Lana and Rusev. and Liv Morgan.
Wait, what?
And Liv.
Me and Liv? What? No, we were not on camera. Wait.
Liv was trying to interrupt their wedding and shit. Oh, Bobby Lashley.
Does RVD and Katie Forbes come into this conversation?
Hell no.
That's a great question. Is Lashley and Lana a better power couple than Lana and Rusev?
Nah.
No.
What about Lana and the announcement table?
Power couple.
Power couple.
It needs to mix like a slow song with black and white of her like going through the table in slow motion, like
in the arms of an angel.
Just fucking breaking all the tables. Just like old face.
I'll give you a power couple.
What's up?
Tom Brandon Kirk. Synergy Zone.
Casey Catal.
I'm gonna break my button, JP. I'm gonna break my button, JP, with everything that you say to me.
Bro, cálmate. You might have to pay for it.
How How about in different companies? Right?
Okay.
We got
Okay.
Io Shirai and
Evil.
NJPW. They were champions at the
They
same
can't
time.
be a
too.
couple from long distance. Those things don't work out.
Well, I mean, you don't work out.
I
you
don't
fat
know.
bitch.
Tony Storm and the
Why don't you
camera.
ask?
I
Why
don't
don't
work
you
out.
ask Tony Storm and Juice Robinson?
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Tony
I
Storm and
considered
Juice
the camera
Robinson.
first.
All
I
right.
considered the camera first.
Hey.
Tony Storm.
How about Macho Man and Elizabeth?
What?
They're dead.
Wow.
That's
Are
the
we gonna get
bonus.
another Lex Luger reference this week?
Yo, all right, we're doing dead power.
We're
couple.
closer.
Hey, yo,
We're getting
you know what's
closer.
funny? No, but you know what's funny? Talk about the ramp on AEW. No, they mentioned Lex Luger.
Yeah.
They mentioned Lex Luger.
When I popped, I was like, "Yo, the Luger Express."
I was like, RoboCop.
Oh my God.
Yo,
All goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, that they do listen. Vince and AEW corporate listen, and they do feed off the shit that they hear on the
wait,
show.
wait. We talking about power couples, and we're not gonna mention Montez Ford and Bianca Belair.
Oh yes, yes. Very
Come
successful,
on.
very
there's
powerful
other
couple.
ones, yo. That right now.
There's
I'm
a lot
not
of.
going to-
How about
AEW
two that
got
are
a
about to
few.
expect a baby right now? Eric and Oh my God.
And Sarah
Sarah
Logan.
Sarah Logan. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah,
You saw that
she's about
picture
to
they
give birth
dropped?
soon. Yeah, it was dope.
You saw
They
the
have a
comment
pretty
Ronda Rousey
interesting
did?
channel. They have a pretty interesting channel. If I mean, they're into hunting and you know harvesting their own food and stuff like that. So it could be very gruesome if you work for PETA, you're not gonna like their content. But
Unless the
it's just
Peter.
cool for me to see that they have that lifestyle, considering
Right.
the fact that they're professional
Right.
wrestlers and like they're away from home a lot, you know. So, but it also sees to me like that's their escape. So it's pretty cool.
Yo, did
check
you
it out
see
if you
the
have a
comment?
chance.
Did you see Ronda Rousey's comment on that picture?
Who?
Ronda Rousey's comment. On
It
Sarah
doesn't
Logan's
matter
picture.
what she says.
Nah,
No, what
it
did she
does,
say?
'cause that shit was funny. She
What'd she
goes,
say?
"Oh, congrats!" Right? Because they're announcing the pregnancy. She was, "Oh, congrats, holy titties,
She said holy titties.
Nice.
holy titties."
Oh yeah,
Shout
because
out
that's what
to
you
the
saw.
cameras.
You saw a
I
lot
was
of that.
surprised. Just saying.
Blow.
Speaking of heels,
Speaking
let's
of
talk about some heels pops chair shots of the week.
Ooh.
All right, well, my first heel, before I forget, my first heel of the week has to go to the Shifu himself. For what he's doing to Boa and Xia Li and NXT, bro.
Oh, fire.
He's pledging them, bro. He's pledging them. He's hitting them with kendo sticks, making them bleed. They're kneeling on rice. There's some bottle caps somewhere. They saw them bleeding. The shins are bleeding. It looked like blood sport all over again. Why are they doing this to Xia Li? Why are they doing this to Xia Li? Come on,
Yo,
don't do this to
They're
Xia.
creating assassins. See, like Tozawa is on the main roster doing like funny shit, and then like these motherfuckers are on NXT doing murder shit. Like that shit is fire.
Dope.
That's dope as hell. Like those promos were dope. Cause now like these two motherfuckers come out and they have matches, and I believe that shit. Like I believe that they're like assassins because they've been pledged
lethal weapons.
hard. Exactly.
And the thing is, somebody like Xia Li, she has a martial arts background to begin with, so this is gonna be easy transition for her, and I think it's gonna be helpful not only to have another person to kind of lead that energy with, but also a manager. So let's see what they do with it. But at this point, they're being broken down before they're built back up, and you know what? Shifu's a heel.
Yo, all right, I got a heel for you. How about Jade and Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero in that segment where they jump?
Oh, hell yeah. They got violent.
For all that
Excuse me.
I'm all for it. I guess Vicky's got another client, right? Jade? Let's see
Yeah.
how that goes. Yo, Jade looks
shout
like
out
a fucking athlete, bro.
Jade
How
is a
about that
beast.
interview too? with
Phenomenal
Shaq?
shape. Yeah.
Oh,
With him and
Yeah.
He
Brandy.
mentions her too. He goes to Brandy. You could say you get a lesson from Jade, watching her now that you're injured and shit. That's great. He disrespected her or whatever, and then she splashes him in the
can learn a
face.
different too from her.
yo,
From facing her. I'm looking forward to that match, he said.
yo, why does it look like Brandy Rose has that like trust fund energy? Like she's just so like not in the moment. You know what I mean? Like
It's not
Really?
believable.
Nah,
Really?
It's not
I don't like
believable.
it.
Bro,
Yeah?
she's all
Man.
over the place. It's like one
Really?
week she's a heel, the next week she's a face.
Oh, I get
And
that.
it
I get
just
that.
doesn't line up.
But
I
Okay.
get what
even
you're
in that
saying.
moment,
Yeah,
But I,
in
but
yeah.
I,
that moment,
but I
that
feel
didn't
like
align for me. Like,
no, but think about this. I think y'all reading it wrong because yes, she's like the face of the company. You know, I mean, she's had her moments where she had the other faction brewing up or whatever. But in this situation, like you also have a pissed off Brandy because not only did you have that situation with Jade and Cody, then you had Jade attacking Brandy to now her injury, and now they have an interview with Shaq, who's there on behalf of Jade. She, of course, she's gonna be tight in that interview. And then
Yeah.
she was like, let her guard down, and he get compliments. He's like, okay, okay. And then he hit her with the jab, and she's like, oh, see, I
¿Cómo
wonder if I
está?
throw water in your face, you just shrink.
Yeah,
You
I
know
don't
what I
think
mean?
I don't think she's
I
big
don't think she
showing
said
it. I ain't think she's big showing around, but she yeah, she's just mad. I think she's upset. She's just mad,
I just,
Brandy.
I just didn't like it. Like, I just don't think she's a good actress.
You know what I popped for was when Scarlet
What
came
popped?
out. That was my pop.
bro. You're such a nerd.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I
popped when the I popped
and
when he
then
came out.
yeah,
What do you
She-
tell us? You got heel? What's
and the
up?
cameraman.
Do I have a heel?
Yeah, bitch. That's what I said.
Do I have a heel of the week?
I have a heel.
What do you got?
No, I mean like I have
I'll-
heels on my feet.
I'll-
2 of them.
Yo, all right,
Yo, how
so
about-
I don't know.
How about Gargano and Candice LeRae with their faction, bro?
That
You have
faction is dope.
Ghostface.
That was dope.
You got Ghostface.
faction-
The faction's called The Way, right? It's called The Way. You have
Something
Austin
like that.
Theory behind the Ghostface. You got Inca.
Indy Hartwell.
Indy Hartwell.
Ooh.
Nice little faction, man. And you know what? Both Candice and excuse me, and Johnny have credibility. They have the legitimacy, and you know what? They're gonna be able to push Theory and Hartwell. I'm excited for it, man. I'm telling you, NXT folks gets it right. NXT just gets it right.
All right, I got a chair shot now. After you
Ooh.
said that.
Hold on.
After you
Damn,
said
we
that.
just skipped the pops.
After you said that, I have to throw a chair shot.
There are
I
no
had a
rules.
little-
Say what you want.
I had a little
So-
pop. All right, little pop before you get
Okay,
to chair
go
shot
ahead.
real quick. All right,
Go
little
ahead,
pop.
go ahead.
So Omega was like to Josh Matthews, right, on Impact, right? The first time he cut this promo, he was like, "You're close to Ambrose, right? Tough Enough season 1."
Oh shit! Yes, I remember
Yo.
when he said that shit. Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Yeah.
I was like, yes. And then
That
at
was-
the end, he goes,
that
"Go back to
fucking popped too.
Stanford."
Woo!
Yo, that was funny, man. He throws jabs. Like you gotta fucking pay attention to this shit sometimes, but he throws funny
So,
jabs. Fucking Ken.
Little pop.
Yo,
Pop.
A little.
My
Little
pop of
chub.
the week. My pop of the week definitely has to be War Games. War Games this past
Nice.
weekend. Man, they just continue to put on bangers after bangers.
Oh,
And yo,
yo,
I would
shoot.
argue that the
God,
War
my
Game matches that have
God.
been happening in NXT, yo, are right there with the whole historic War Game matches we've seen back in the day, man. There's some
I'm glad-
stories being
Better.
told, man. Some
I think they're
stories,
better.
and the women 2 years in a row have now put on bangers in War Game matches, man. A lot of wonderful spots. A lot of women going over. A lot of women hurt. A lot of people got hurt this weekend.
A lot of trash
I'm
cans.
glad-
LeRae
Not-
broken
it wasn't
arm.
only the crowd that was popping. There was bones and shins and
Those popped as well.
ribs.
Yes.
I'm glad you
Yes.
brought up War Games because War Games was a pop of the week, and I think we should talk
Facts.
about it because the whole pay-per-view I thought was phenomenal, right, front to back, top to bottom. But let's focus on the War Games matches real quick. That females match. How about Io Shirai with the trash can?
Yes.
What a
That was a
spot,
dope
bro.
little moment. Yo,
What a
that was a dope
spot,
little
man.
spot.
That stole the weekend
Dope
right
spot.
there, man. Stole the fucking weekend.
I mean, I think what I enjoy the most is that NXT has mastered the ability to blend all those storylines that already have been happening that culminate into the War Games match at separate moments in the match. You had Rhea Ripley versus Raquel at some point doing that face off. You had
Raquel
Io
Gonzalez?
versus, yes. You had, those moments happening throughout the match. So it just continues to feed onto that story. The match was wonderful for everybody. I think it pushed everybody who was involved in that match. Shotzi is still at top, being one of the captains. Like, yo, NXT does not get enough love. That's all I'm saying, folks. It does not get enough love and appreciation for what they are consistently putting out.
And you right,
all the shit we complain about when it comes to WWE Raw and SmackDown, it's not NXT
by a long shot. And they get it right. They get it right. I'm not even going to talk shit. They get it right. But my one gripe this week specifically, and I don't think it's an NXT thing per se, is just I didn't like Ciampa and Thatcher. The match was fine. The match was dope. I do not like Ciampa as the helper. I need Ciampa as the guy. I don't like this Ciampa. I don't like this helping, carry Thatcher, putting Thatcher over. I don't think. I mean, it probably is time for him, and it makes sense for him to do that. But I don't like it.
I mean, think about it. What else do you have for Ciampa right now? Right?
Yo,
the main event
set
picture
him up
is
and make him a beast.
Nah, but he
doesn't want to go
back.
Yeah, I know.
Cross is coming back now, and Ciampa's already gone up against Cross. He's gone up against Finn. He's done Johnny how many times? You know what I mean? Like,
he's done it all. He's literally done it all. It makes sense for him. It makes sense.
And remember,
it's where he needs to be.
Ciampa's not a spring chicken.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Ciampa's like 57 in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't be knowing.
In Canada,
so
he
may be towards that. Remember, he still had that neck injury too. Canada he's recovered. Obviously, he's good, but like
that little loose neck. You got that little loose neck.
Canada dry.
Yo, all right. I don't know. I liked it. I think that you got to keep Ciampa fresh, and I think a good heel has face moments. You have to show that in order for the turn to be delicious, like you got to cook the turn, right? Like you got to cook it.
Yeah,
so he's got to be a face for a while. He's got to build up those relationships that he has to burn later. Like he's got to build.
Let's burn it down.
Yeah. So.
Which is something he's been able to do very well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. His heel turns have been phenomenal.
I'm here for it, and I liked it. And I know the blood was an accident, but it was beautiful in the match. Like just that little touch.
Yeah,
was great.
Well, that's the match. That's the one reason. Like, even though the match maybe wasn't the best match you could have seen, but there was some intrigue in that match, was because you had two physical performers. Thatcher, as you've seen week upon week upon week, we saw him live in AC during that Bloodsport. The man's a physical performer. So to see him versus Ciampa, another guy we've seen in brutal matches, I was intrigued. I was expecting a little man Hoff fight, right? And that's what you got. But the storyline's still continuing. There's still more to be built. Let's see what happens. Let's give it a chance. Let's let it breathe, folks.
Thatcher's on his way too, man. Thatcher's a
Thatcher's a beast.
I talked to old school Joe. Me and him communicate a bit off the scenes. We were talking about how he couldn't see any straight technical wrestlers in the industry right now, at least in NXT. And then I pointed out Thatcher's one of them, purebred technical athlete, and he can get it done. He's definitely one of the top technical wrestlers out right now, and he's coming. He's coming, guys. He's coming.
You know who I would love to see Thatcher up against? Drew Gulak.
Yeah, he's another one, man.
That'd be a dope match.
I'd love to see Thatcher versus Cesaro would be a good match.
Thatcher versus Cesaro.
Oh, I can do
it. That's different because they have two different styles, but still very physical.
Oh,
right?
I'll give you one. That's all right. So I don't give this person enough credit, right? Because they're actually like partially my favorite type of wrestler. They're just not my favorite wrestler. Like Sheamus is a brutal wrestler, and Sheamus and Thatcher would I think be a tremendous fucking match.
I can see that.
Yep, and I can see Sheamus and Drew a slow build into Mania, and I would love that.
Oh, JJ said Thatcher and Daniel Bryan.
Hell yeah.
No.
Fuck yeah.
He's got 2 kids now. Let's leave Daniel Bryan away from injury.
Ellos
Leave
se
him
pasan.
away.
Ellos se
Think about
Yo,
pasan.
Birdie, man.
For that,
Nah,
give
you can't
us
trust
give us
those two. They're gonna get
Thatcher
into
and Riddle again.
it. Yeah. Oh, Thatcher Riddle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd see that
Yeah.
again. I would
Part
definitely see
two.
that again.
Yeah.
Thatcher Goldberg.
I'm intrigued with this with this
That's a
Keith
chair shot.
Lee being involved in Mania's main event. Yo, that shit. I would love. I want to see a big year out of Keith Lee, man. I want to see him in main
Yo,
event.
Keith Lee's
real
a
quick.
problem, man.
You mentioned Matthew Riddle before, and I forgot. Matthew Riddle said that he thinks he could redeem Goldberg's career.
He's
So-
still trying.
So,
He's still
so if
trying.
Goldberg, yeah, he's still trying. So if Goldberg's really gonna stick around a little bit,
You gotta.
I now want to see that match. Like if you're gonna fucking put Goldberg in this shit, like put him in for that, not for Roman, not for the title. Put him in for that.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes
Because
more
you know
this
what?
point-
even
At this
even
point,
if
that's it.
Goldberg wins, it's still a rub for Riddle. Because he
Right,
got to
it's
face
still-
Goldberg.
Riddle
You know what
got
I'm
to
saying?
do mad shit
Exactly.
now. Like this week. Like start hitting up Twitter. Start
the
cracking
problem
on
is-
this guy.
Listen, Goldberg is not Undertaker. Goldberg is not going to do business like that.
Oh,
And Goldberg's already been irritated by Riddle. So
I
unless
feel
the
that
big
too,
guy
yeah.
asks for it,
I'm not your
yeah.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, unless Vince himself wants it, I don't see it happening.
Not your bro.
What I see more is,
I do the
is
spear better
Riddle
than
walking around with some bro nuts. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to see more of.
Yo, how about MVP
Yo,
eating the bro nuts after the match? I thought pop. That was a pop.
Pop.
Yo, hold on, real quick. We didn't give the respect to the men's War Games match.
Aha.
Facts, you right.
Pops to the men's War Game match. All right.
We called it.
Era
We
was
called it. I thought
tremendous.
about it when it happened. The moonsault.
But really, I just have to say the biggest pop was when Pat McAfee did exactly what I told you he'd do and did a flip off the top of the cage.
He did
Like
a
I knew he
swanton
would.
bomb.
One time,
Exactly.
baby.
Yo, the thing I like most about Pat McAfee is that he's a fan, right? He's not like some athlete that needs the money or that is interested and intrigued in a sport that he's not really into or wasn't interested in. Pat McAfee, you can tell that he's always been a fan. And the reason I say that is the way he sold his injuries, the way he took bumps.
His
right?
entrance.
He was all in. When they did the figure four and he was selling the figure four.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
he's in it. Like he's in it. All right.
Yeah.
The swanton from the top. Like, yo, he's Pat McAfee. Like he's a name. He doesn't necessarily have to be doing that. Right? Shaq is not gonna be doing a front flip off the cage. Like he's not.
Heavens no.
Right? So
Can he try?
I really a little bit. Yo, if Shaq does a fucking swanton, I'm out of here. I'm off the show.
Shit.
Like I quit.
It be shit.
Listen, as long as you don't
Shit.
ask Charles Barkley to do it, we good. You know what I'm saying? But
Yo,
I'll
Charles
give you
Barkley
I'll
now-
give you another pop.
Hold on.
I'll give you another pop.
Charles Barkley now is like in Space Jam when they sucked out his powers.
Yep.
That's it right now.
That's when you
Yep.
give him back the powers.
You got the basketball jumpsuit.
Yeah.
But, yo, another pop for me definitely has to be seeing
Oh,
Pete Dunne
shit.
come at Finn Balor.
Oh, I Finn. That whole
Because
shit. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's a match, you know, you want to talk about a good match, that's a match that can main event any pay-per-view for sure. So I'm excited for that. Let's see what happens. But it's good to see Pete Dunne finally saying some things. It even surprised Pat McAfee.
Another pop. Pete Dunne, the bitter end on the chair. How about
Oh my
That was-
god.
Oh yeah.
dope.
Yo.
that? That was dope.
I thought there was some people hurt this past weekend, man. I'm telling you.
And they were.
You know what's
they
another
were.
pop? You know what's another pop? Yo, Bad Bunny getting #1 album on the
This guy,
Billboard
bro, get outta
charts.
Oh
first
my god, and that
Spanish
makes it my
only
chair
album.
shot of the week, ladies
Oh
and gentlemen.
my
That's all the
God. First
time
one
we
since
have for you
Selena.
folks this week. I don't give a damn where you got your fix from because I know you got it from
Pat
somewhere.
McAfee had tables
JP.
with names on them.
Uh,
They had names on them. That shit was
Tell them what
dope
they
as
can do
hell, yo.
to show the bad guys some love, baby.
Man,
Yeah,
fuck the
pretty
bad
chubs.
guys, yo.
Pretty
Check us
chubby.
out on Twitter and IG on HPC2 Sweden. Engage with the bad guys and make sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. And don't forget to rate and review our podcast wherever you get your podcast from.
JP,
And
why don't you tell them
folks-
about the pre-show we got coming up this week as well before we head out?
Ooh. You see, you seek what you get, what you seek. You seek what you sow.
Here, no,
When you do something
reap
wrong, others
reap what
will
you
find
sow.
some retribution.
guy's
And
not
that's
a
exactly
farmer,
what's
bro.
happening this weekend, folks. Make sure to check in to our pre-show for
We out
Impact's
here.
pay-per-view this weekend. Retribution should be a banger. We have our very own Chris Bay shooting Islam going for the world heavyweight title versus Rich Swann. Oh
Yo,
my
that was a
God.
banger sneak. We didn't get to talk about that, but we'll definitely talk about this Saturday. 10 count till 10. So peace.
But I didn't get to talk about those words, though.